action. Yeah, what are we doing with your hair?
We're gonna cut it as short as you possibly can, that I can still put in a ponytail when I'm lazy.
Okay, those are good guidelines.
And that's about it.
That's it? You want any layers?
Whatever you think looks good. I just don't want bangs because I'm not
No bangs? Okay.
And that's it. That's a mission.
That'll be easy.
Alright.
When was your last haircut?
It was not that long ago actually. I want to say it was November.
Okay.
Yeah. It just grows super fast.
Okay. We'll go wash it. And he
gave us all these extra fireworks.
Right.
And it's just like kind of funny. Some things don't change. It's like, oh yeah. And he just told us some funny stories and gave us free fireworks. But he's like kind of scared out for a minute because they're like waving at me because I'm sitting in the car and I'm like, come here. It's just like,
no,
I don't.
I'm from here. No.
Please don't do that because I don't know whether or not people are gonna hug me or shoot me.
Right.
No.
Right, and you guys just don't understand because you haven't been here 30 years.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. Yeah, they're all like saying like, you know, some of those HBO shows like Boardwalk Empires and stuff. They're like, there needs to be one of Kenny Lake. And my boyfriend was even saying like, you could totally like, cause your parents coming from the Midwest, like being a teacher and living out in this thing, and then all these stories, you know. And my dad, it's kind of funny because you think like at first that he's just making stuff up. And as you get older, you realize they're all true.
Right. Well, Tyler went back with me and met my family, and then went back again for the solstice party. And after the solstice party, he's like, as much as you like to hear yourself talk, you're not exaggerating.
Yeah, no, stuff is true. Like,
right, and they don't believe it. And then you talk to people out there like, what are you guys talking about? You know what I mean? Like, they don't see it. It's like, yeah.
And then you randomly find out things and say, I never knew this once in a while, because they have their stories they always tell.
Right.
And then they have things that are like...
The truth.
Yeah, there's some other stories that are like, well, we just don't want people... Because, like, that was our... Thanksgiving, like, they were like, told us the story about, like, you know that, I guess in the 80s, like the guy who ended up in, he ended up in McCarthy.
Yeah, killed everybody.
Yeah.
I know.
Apparently, he like was thinking about buying our parents' house. You know what I mean?
You were in cahoots.
Yeah.
That's your fault.
It's just like, we spent a day with that person. But, we're like, what? It's just like kind of funny. Always. I guess characters is the only way to put it. But yeah, he was like, there needs to be an HBO show on this. Like, it's like all this. Because also, like, you have the local tour you give to people compared to their just driving.
Right.
So there's like all these gunfights, and they're like, what? Let me guess what happened here. And they're like, gunfight. I was like, yes. It's like, there's the gunfight at the water well, the gunfight. Like,
I told somebody about the gunfight at the water well and they didn't believe me.
Yeah, it's like, no, this stuff happened. Like,
right? It really happened.
We knew in family.
Till forth? Yeah. Oh no. Yeah.
And there were like a number of these gunfights.
Yeah, not just one with one particular family.
Yeah. There were, well, like throughout history, right? Like, so there was a really old gunfight in that tunnel by Valdez, and then there was the water, like, well gunfight, and then there was another, there was like the mysterious death that was totally a gunfight, but they said suicide, they're chitna, and all these things, and so they're like, let me guess. Like,
you forgot the axe murder.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And then
there was an axe murder.
And the guy who like burned everything down all the time.
Right.
I don't even know if we figured out who that was, but there's a reason why like the same bar, like in Chittenden, right? Like it's totally the same person.
Nowadays it is, but not back then.
Yeah, like, people not from there like, oh my gosh.
Things, facts.
After they said that, I was like, yeah, I could probably see that as something HBO.
Well, not only that, like all of the crazy stuff too, like all the abuse, all the, you know, instead of wife swap, they really did it out there, but then you took your wife back after the winter because, you know, it was too expensive for a divorce.
Our mom was saying that story, like, when she first, like, because, you know, our mom's like country farmer girl, right? So she's like, I know, like, oh, I want to be a city girl. It's like her big thing. Which is funny because when you think of her, you think like tough farmer girl. But when she was moving from the farm to Alaska, she's like, you know, I want to be a city girl. She dressed up really nice, and, you know, people at the school, and going there with my dad, and they were all playing basketball. And they were all like dressed like all crazy, right? And she was dressed all nice and then all of a sudden they're like, okay, time to shower, and right in the middle of the gym in front of everywhere, they took off all their clothes and ran.
Right. Because
She
it's
was just
Katie
like, oh my gosh!
Right.
When you're
That was my
outside,
introduction, and I was like, yep, that's kind of,
you know, it's easy to be in
yeah, it's pretty funny, but
I
like,
wonder what, I mean,
it's
I wonder what
entertaining to
this
watch on
looks
TV, and I
like
totally can
because
see it on HBO, but not fun to live, right? It's cool to
Right.
visit, but then
Here
you're
she's
like,
still-
it's so beautiful, but you're like, ah, I
do you
don't
want
want to
this
stay.
Right, because in other parts of the world that's
Yeah.
not socially
And it
acceptable.
hits
Yeah.
to here.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
But yeah, me and Delight are trying to
I don't wanna
convince
shock
our
you.
parents.
No,
that
it's just the whole thing is.
just the wood
Okay,
smoke
done.
and fair is
Okay,
really
go back.
bad.
I just don't like that weird
Even
level.
worse, because he already has the existing health problems, so then that
Compounding
they're
them.
burning,
Yeah.
yeah, and they're burning like coal and all kinds
But
of
this,
stuff, and
that's
it's really bad.
It's as bad as
I really
this.
I told him, this is, I'll wait one more rotation.
It would say.
All right, okay, then I'll be okay.
And plus,
Wait
like,
one
when
more rotation,
I was,
that's what
because
she
I was with
said.
them for like a month in Hawaii, like his blood sugars normalized, and like they were just like getting out and doing stuff. Cause I forget how hard it is. Fairbanks is to live. Like,
Well, even now it's still 20 below up there.
yeah,
And we're like,
and they're like, that's warm.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, we can't complain. Like if I were to ever complain about it being cold on Facebook, everyone up there would ah, they come out and it stinks. Like
We're foreign.
yeah, one of our friends, like she's like, you know, I'm still
you-
30. Or she's turning 30, and she's like
Yeah.
still in her dry cabin and going out in like 30 below and going out there. And she's like, ah.
Yeah.
I did realize like.
I love.
I don't know, like I have a new view
Yeah, she's
because
got
I didn't realize until I moved to
Well,
London.
and
It's
my
like, wow,
grandfather.
this is like
they,
not hard.
So how is Joy after the fire?
They finally got moved back in their house,
Like a,
and the nice thing about that
The more
was
I
like
stress, 'cause she
the
goes
fact
under
that
pressure,
well,
and,
it's
you know,
sad the
she's
whole
in the
house,
best
you
place
know,
to
destroying
go get
everything.
Right, I
but-
got it.
But the nice thing is when you have to replace everything all at the same time, it all matches and looks good. So like it's all set and they all like went back and like the whole place is like designed in a way that like it's all very like nature, like light birch and
So she actually brought a couple
and
pieces.
golds and it's all
And that was
like
nice.
planned
Right,
out in a way
yeah.
since it's all at the same time that when you're moving room to room, it's not like
I thought that was really nice.
you know it's all transition as well.
Well, right, and when the insurance is paying, you would have never got it that way anyway. So that's nice, you just do it all at once, all brand new. There's a golden lining to that somewhere.
I'm really happy that it's gonna be over soon though. She did so much big
Year and a half
stuff.
we broke out, but I
yeah, so
barely
she was in
attended.
Diamond, right? Is that where you went?
No, I didn't meet her till.
And they're getting
I met her,
it's like a
at the
pellet
radio
stove
station.
now,
Okay.
and then they have a mix, so it's gonna be safer. So
13 years now we've been
yeah, that's good.
So, how do you want me to stop?
Then
Oh, I don't
Gary's
wanna
doing
stop.
good. His son is like a little troublemaker. Oh my gosh, because he's like always had all the adults
For me
taking
to
care
try
of
it,
him,
or just let it?
and so he's like our little prince.
Okay, I'm gonna go
Andrew,
through it again.
but
Right,
we
he
love
talks
him.
to me on
No, I mean,
Facebook,
I
it's
wanna
funny.
make my kids a lot sooner than I normally
pretty
would.
hilarious.
Yeah, I don't
The
think
best
I
time he
want
came to visit
to keep it long
this
anymore.
summer, and he did
I just
a whole
want-
thing where
yeah,
he was
I just
filming
wanna give it one
rooms,
more
like he
thought.
went out middle of
But I
nowhere,
really like the
kind of like the
about my
Colville River area,
Mhm.
filming the Yellowville Loons,
This is
so
just
then
my
other kids
couple
and
maybe
fishing
after
and
I
stuff. It was hilarious though, because they had him, this other like native kid, and then this kid, like this other kid was still not, but like the dad was really like, I'm gonna try to fit in and be like, ha ha ha. And just say, it was hilarious. They're like, do you eat native foods? And like,
Right, in short,
and
you
like,
don't think?
and like the kids were like,
Well,
yeah,
I wanna
what do
do
you like?
kinda
And
like
I'm
the
like,
longer
oh,
on
I
one
like
side
carrot
too. Like, I
and
wanna do
stuff.
a hip
He's like, no, but real, like any disgusting foods. And like Andrew just has the best way to come
then you
back.
get
He's
it
just
in your
like,
Yeah. And it's
he was-
I eat Cheetos.
yeah, about like you know
I eat
the
McDonald's.
caribou, and he's like, what? We were eating it before it was cool. It's just
Right.
like hilarious. And it's like, you knew the perfect thing to say. That was like just a spazzy enough that you wouldn't get in trouble, but hilarious that you know everyone else in the room was like, ha
You're not gonna
ha,
have to
awesome.
do
He
it. I
said
found
that.
the Asian lady. I'm a little worried because she's 65, so I don't know how many years I have in her. She's Korean,
They
so I
use
got
like
them
typical
sort of
like
because
teenage
birds is a
kid.
Korean. So, but I went in there for a consult. She's like, I perm you now.
Yeah,
You're
he's
like,
got a little attitude.
Okay, that's the type of person I am. I was just like still on the fence. I was like, okay.
So no drying, no nothing. I'm gonna put some of this curl control mix.
Okay.
And Tom's like goes all over. He does full-time teaching and full-time at Sportsman's Warehouse.
I do, because I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
have the perfect thing. You know what I mean? It's just so.
I found the perfect thing years ago when I had a perm. It was a
See them
turquoise
here in
bottle.
town?
It was
He's
a
in
spray.
Irving, so
That's
all
right.
of those are all three
And
of
it
the
was,
siblings are all
I
in
call it
Irving.
over the
It's that
counter,
the
which
first
means
group, I guess. Like
I call
that's why I've
stuff
shifted.
that's
Like, they had,
OTC.
like,
Yeah, over
the
the
first
counter
litter.
chocolate. You know,
Right.
and the second litter. Right?
Yes.
God, you're funny.
And
It's not
Yeah.
C's or Godiva.
Yeah, I should use that trick. I see what you're doing. I'm like, huh, that's a good idea.
Well, it smooths out. You don't have to use a brush. So the brush is not ripping your hair out. It stimulates the scalp and then just kind of mellows out your natural curl. You have such fabulously thick hair. Come on.
Yeah,
And that way it's not so high maintenance.
yeah.
Plus 25 years of using my hands.
Oh.
This is the best tool there is.
No, it's true. It's the same thing with like makeup and stuff. It's like they try to sell you all this stuff, and it's like, oh, if I just rub it in with my finger, that like looks way better than trying to use that crazy. Like,
Well, and what happens with that is that your natural oils, but your
Yeah.
hand stimulates the oil, plus it's warm. It'll melt the makeup and mix it with your oil on your face.
Yeah.
And if it's your makeup, no problem.
Yeah,
And wash your hands before and after.
yeah,
Because you can move bacteria around on your face so fast. But when you're working professionally, you gotta be careful with that because you need applicators and you don't want to cross-contaminate it. But at home, God, there's all these shortcuts and things that work better.
Yeah.
But the reason why they work, you're melting the
Yeah.
makeup into your face, which is what you need to do. Gives you the best finish.
that is one thing I am glad that since I do have a thick hair, I have a very thick eyelashes because I cannot do eyeliner. With my eyes, I'm like, I'm gonna stab myself, and then I mess up. Like that's like a skill I can never do. So I'm like, okay,
The other
Yeah.
thing you can have done
stab
is
myself.
if you ever have to be in a position where you feel you need to do that, just have them dyed black.
Oh yeah.
And once they're done, they tint them. It lasts a few weeks. They get really pronounced, and you don't have to do anything else.
That's, I don't know, like the idea of like, for me the idea of dyeing like eyelashes kind of freaks me out. Just like what they, I don't know. It must be really helpful and useful for some people, but like I'm just like imagining myself with a little foil for my eyes and like,
They cover it with cotton. It's all
yeah,
natural.
it works. I don't know, whatever works for people. I don't think I could do it, but it's good. I guess it's an option. I feel mine like the light did first. So I think yours ended up a little bit shorter than mine actually.
Yeah, I like mine.
Yeah.
Yours is ponytail length.
Yeah, but I love my ponytails.
What did you say? Short as possible and still
Yes.
be able to get a ponytail in there.
And what else did I say? I'm low maintenance for everywhere else, but Alaska fabulous.
I love that.